In Uganda's construction chronicles, UNABCEC stands out as a resilient force. The Uganda National Association of Building and Civil Engineering Contractors, a beacon of unity and strength.
UNABCEC is an umbrella body for engineering contractors and other companies involved in construction contracting.
We now have about 440 members that form the association, and that is huge.
The vision of the association is to be the lead engine for growth and development of the construction industry.
We also had a mission, one, to protect our interests, to bargain and advocate for the industry, to network together, and also importantly, to promote good practice within our members.
3 decades ago, UNABCEC answered the call to unify voices in construction.
UNABCEC was started as a reaction to a threat. That time, the construction industry was booming, and the workers seemed to be more organized than their employers, and they were trying to bargain for their rights through the workers' union. So the serious companies that time found it fit to also get organized so that we do some sort of collective bargaining.
It emerged as a hero, reshaping Uganda's construction landscape.
From just a handful of individuals who had, mundane concern of how best we can come together and see how to lobby for opportunities and be able to protect ourselves and see how to be able to communicate to the people that are supposed to be regulating the society. Today, when we are talking of these numbers, I think it's an indication that we have moved as an association.
Among the highlights or the positives or the achievements of the association, I would want to speak into the growth in membership, which we've seen it stabilize, and I would want to appreciate members who had been inactive at the association but had since reinstated their membership, and we appreciate those that made a noble step to join the association.
UNABCEC has come a long way and have achieved quite a number of milestones, one of them being staying alive and remaining relevant to our members.
Through unity and resilience, it navigated turbulent times, emerging stronger.
One of the areas that has been very key for us, like I was saying, just the ability to bring the people together, especially the contractors. Now that we are going towards manufacturers and suppliers and all of that, civil engineering contractors were quite a little handful of people. And we had all kinds of things to deal with. First of all, we had very few numbers of people that were skillful. We've been able to train them. We had people who had very mundane equipment. We've been able to say, look, there are opportunities here. You can be able to liaise with the various people who supply equipment, and then we can work with them and be able to get an equipment on hire purchase, and that should enable you to do your work better.
Collaborating with influential leaders, policymakers, and experts formed a network of wisdom and inspiration guiding UNABCEC's journey.
We've been able to lobby and advocate for the interests of our people.
Where we are standing now, where we are seated, is a permanent home. Before we are meeting in members' offices, but now we have a permanent home.
Milestones marked UNABCEC's path, groundbreaking projects and innovative strides shaping Uganda's construction domain. Empowering lives through knowledge exchange and networking, UNABCEC transcended the industry's boundaries.
But the other area also is on capacity building and skilling. One of the areas that contractors always struggle with is preparing the right bidding document in the time of procurement. So we've sat our people up and we say, look, this is how you're going to be able to run your project. This is how you're going to structure yourself. This is how you're going to position your people. But this is also the content that you're going to be having in the inside of you.
The biggest highlights as we crown our 30 years of existence and shaping the construction industry is the award that the association won during the Private Sector Development Awards organized by the Private Sector Foundation, where UNABCEC was voted the first runners-up national association category. And this, we believe, speaks into the improved relevance of the association amongst her stakeholders.
Facing economic downturns and policy shifts, UNABCEC transformed challenges into opportunities.
Yeah, the challenges are that the sector has been invaded by money hunters and who have come along the way to be part of us because we are not regulated. And of course, they come through a wind of corruption and they take most of our jobs and cannot complete them. And then the whole public and the public sector, the government, think that it is the UNABCEC is unable to finish most of the works that we are given to do.
But we've also been making sure that we highlight the challenges of heavy interest on financing, which the cost of financing has made it a little difficult for the contractors to be able to perform.
Another other challenge is that there are delayed payments, and these delayed payments cause cash flow problems to the contractors, while the bank is charging the interest on the financing of the activities.
I would hear of a person who says the bank is closing out on me. I don't know what to do, and then government is not paying me in time. That has been painful. But I've also seen where members have said, look, I have tendered alongside a foreign firm with the understanding that I am going to come up and take a portion of that work. And before you know it, the foreign firm is given the work, and as they're doing the work, the next thing that happens is the local firm is just put onto the side and the person ends up pleading. That is a painful thing.
One thing that we really would want to see in the industry is to have it regulated.
Because self-regulation is not something easy, and this is a very sensitive industry. We're handling very important aspects of the infrastructure.
If we checked on the database for PPDA, we have close to 1,950 contractors. But I did say that UNABCEC has 442 contractors. That shows that there is still a huge number at large.
We've talked about this issue of the local content. We need to create an enabling environment. We need this local content bill to become law that is enforceable. We are grateful for the reservation and preference scheme, but it is actually not being rolled down in practice. So in principle, we can have a few things that is being spoken about, but it is not translating into the benefit that the local person is supposed to be able to see, and which is going to go down really through the value chain.
Beyond construction, UNABCEC charitable initiatives made a significant impact on communities, exemplifying social responsibility.
Government has found that UNABCEC has been a very good partner. For example, during the previous 2020-2021 COVID pandemic that we went through, not just as a nation, but a global problem, UNABCEC had to come along. One, in terms of organizing food. The other bit is that we also came alongside Ministry of Health and we mobilized our members for the vaccination drive, and we had quite a number of people that were able to be vaccinated because of the mobilization that UNABCEC has been able to do.
To honor this milestone, join UNABCEC's 30-year celebrations. Participate in the Contractors Run.
But the other bit is from the run itself. The run is not necessarily to benefit UNABCEC as an association, but really to benefit the road accident victim. But the thing that we are also doing with this forum itself, like we were saying, that for the 4 days we're going to be having the blood donation drive. That's again another place where we are showing that we are concerned about what happened in and around us.
Let's celebrate achievements, envision the future, and continue UNABCEC's legacy of championing Uganda's construction sector for 30 remarkable years.